My best friend stole my $40,000 vintage guitar. The police did nothing, so I hired professional pranksters, gave them the guitar back, and filmed him confessing to the crime, while pretending to be him. By the time we finished, his face was all over the internet, his life was ruined, and he fled the city. This is how you serve ice-cold revenge. My grandfather's 1962 Fender Stratocaster wasn't just a guitar, it was a piece of history. He bought it new the year Kennedy was president, played smoky jazz clubs with it for decades. The wood felt alive under your hands, the sound warm like honey and sharp like lightning. I saved for 3 years after he died, working extra shifts just to afford the insurance appraisal. It lived on a custom stand in my living room, not behind glass but where I could see it, touch it, play it. My friend Mark, quote-unquote friend, loved it too. Or rather, he loved the idea of it, the status. He'd come over, run his fingers over the maple neck like it was a sports car he couldn't afford. "Sounds sweet, Leo," he'd say, "but man, vintage stuff is so finicky. Bet my new court plays smoother." Yeah, right. His eyes always held that hungry glint. Envy is a quiet poison. It spilled over at his birthday bash. Big party at his new downtown loft. "Leo, bring the Strat," he begged over the phone. "For ambiance. Seriously, it'll make the night." I hesitated. Bringing 40 grand worth of vintage wood and wire to a rager felt stupid. But he pushed, called me paranoid. So against my gut, I went. The Strat was the star. Everyone wanted a selfie with it. Mark beamed, basking in its reflected glory. "Look what my buddy brought. Real 1962 magic." He played a few clumsy chords, grinning like an idiot. I kept it close, leaning against the wall near me. Until I didn't. Too many beers, maybe? The room spun. I went to the bathroom, came back maybe 10 minutes later. Gone. Just an empty space on the wall where the sunburst finish had glowed. Panic, cold and sharp. Mark was instantly at my side, face a mask of exaggerated horror. "Oh shit, Leo, the Strat! It was right here!" His eyes darted around wildly, unconvincingly. "Did you see anyone? Anyone near it?" He rallied the troops. A chaotic, useless search commenced. Empty closets opened, under couches peered. Nothing. Mark put a hand on my shoulder, oozing false sympathy. "Man, I am so sorry. Some asshole must have just walked off with it. In the chaos. We'll call the cops. Right now." We did. 2 board officers took notes. "No security cameras in the building hallway." Mark shrugged helplessly. "Loft cameras?" "Nah, man, never got around to setting them up. Too complicated." The cops took descriptions, filed a report. Stolen property, value estimated high. They'd look into it. We all knew what that meant. Nothing. Mark played the devastated host perfectly. Offered to help me look online, check pawn shops. I nodded numbly. The next weeks were a blur of despair and anger. I hit every pawn shop in the city, scoured Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, Reverb, eBay. Nothing. The Strat had vanished. Mark checked in occasionally. "Any luck, buddy?" "Sucks so bad." His voice always held a faint tremor, not of concern, of nerves. I stopped calling him back. The anger hardened into something cold and focused. Paranoia gave way to certainty. Mark. It had to be. The opportunity, the envy, the pathetic performance. He stole it. Sold it. Probably for a fraction of its worth to some quick cash place. I widened the net. Specialty forums for vintage gear. Niche auction houses. Collector groups. Months passed. Life went on. Duller, quieter without the Strat's song. Then, 8 months later, an alert. My saved search for 1962 Fender Stratocaster Sunburst, a new listing. Premium auction site. Rare Instruments Emporium. My heart stopped. There it was. My grandfather's guitar. The specific grain pattern on the lower bout. The tiny chip near the input jack from that time I knocked over a mic stand. The serial number burned into my memory. L23456. It was listed by a reputable collector, Arthur Vance. Based right here in the city. Estimated sale price, $50,000. My hands didn't shake. My breath didn't catch. A cold, clear calm settled over me. Found you. Now, how to get you back. And what to do about the rat who sold you. I picked up the phone, dialed the number listed for Mr. Vance. My voice was steady, polite. Good afternoon. My name is Leo Carter. I'm calling regarding the 1962 Fender Stratocaster you have listed for auction. I believe I have some crucial information about its provenance. Could we possibly meet tomorrow? Silence for a beat. Then a cautious voice. Mr. Carter. Yes, tomorrow works. 2 p.m. My office address is on the website. I will see you then. Click. The game was on. The Rare Instruments Emporium was exactly what you'd expect. Polished wood, soft lighting, glass cases holding violins worth more than my car. Arthur Vance matched the decor. Late 50s, sharp suit, eyes like a hawk, assessing prey. He offered a handshake, firm, professional. Mr. Carter. Please, sit. He gestured to an elegant chair. You mentioned provenance concerns regarding the Stratocaster. I assure you, my acquisitions are thoroughly vetted. I placed a folder on his immaculate desk. Open it, please. He raised an eyebrow but complied. Inside were high-resolution photos. My grandfather holding the Strat in 1963, me playing it last year. Close-ups of the unique grain pattern, the serial number L23456, clearly visible, and the chip near the input jack, a detailed insurance appraisal document listing these exact identifiers. Vance's expression didn't falter, but a slight tension appeared around his eyes. He carefully examined each photo, comparing them mentally, I knew, to the guitar currently in his vault. This is quite compelling, Mr. Carter. The instrument in my possession matches these unique identifiers, however, I purchased it in good faith. From a legitimate seller, 8 months ago. I know. His name is Mark Davies. My former friend. He stole it from his own loft during a party he hosted. I filed a police report that night. Report number is on the last page. Vance flipped to the report copy. His face remained impassive, but his knuckles whitened slightly on the desk edge. I see. This is highly problematic. Highly. I leaned forward, keeping my voice low, steady. Mr. Vance, I understand you operate a reputable business. You couldn't have known. But the fact remains. That guitar is stolen property. Legally, it belongs to me. Or rather, to my grandfather's estate. The police report establishes that. Vance met my gaze. He was calculating risks, reputational damage versus financial loss. The auction preview was live. Potential buyers were already interested. Calling the police now, it would be messy. Very messy. For both of us, perhaps. He was testing me. I offered a solution, cold and clean. Here's my proposal. You tell me everything about your transaction with Mark Davies. The exact date, the amount he received, any documentation you have, proof it was him. In return, I will purchase the guitar from you. Right now. For the exact price you paid him. You recoup your loss. I get justice. Quiet justice. Vance stared at me for a long moment. The silence stretched, thick with the weight of vintage wood and expensive mistakes. Finally, he exhaled, a slow, deliberate sound. Very well, Mr. Carter. Your proposal is pragmatic. He turned to a sleek laptop, typed rapidly. The transaction occurred on October 12th last year. Mr. Davies contacted me directly, claiming urgent need to sell a family heirloom. He provided identification. Vance pulled up a scanned image. A driver's license. Mark Davies. Smug. Familiar face staring back. My stomach tightened, but I kept my expression neutral. Vance continued. I paid him $8,000 in cash. He signed a bill of sale. Standard form, acknowledging he was the legal owner. He printed the document. There it was. Mark's messy signature. Dated October 12th. Vance produced another file. Security camera stills from outside the Emporium that day. Mark entering, carrying the Strat case. Mark leaving, holding a thick envelope. Clear as day. I gathered the documents, the license copy, the bill of sale, the security stills. Proof. Solid, undeniable proof. Thank you, Mr. Vance. I appreciate your cooperation. I slid a cashier's check across the desk. $8,000. He picked it up, examined it, nodded curtly. I'll have the guitar brought up immediately. 5 minutes later, the Stratocaster case was on the desk. I opened it. The familiar curves, the sunburst finish, the scent of old wood and history. My grandfather's guitar. Home. I closed the case, the soft click echoing in the quiet room. Vance stood. This matter is concluded, Mr. Carter. I trust our paths need not cross again under such circumstances. They won't, I assured him. One last thing. Did he say anything when he sold it? Vance's lip curled slightly in distaste. He seemed eager, kept glancing at the envelope. Said something about finally having seed money for a brilliant business idea. A fool and a thief. I nodded. Thank you. I picked up the case, its weight comforting, solid. Proof tucked securely inside my jacket. The guitar was back. Now for the reckoning. Seed money for a brilliant idea. Mark's grand plan funded by betrayal. That plan was about to implode spectacularly. I walked out of the cool, quiet emporium into the bustling city street. The sun felt different. Sharper. I had the instrument. I had the proof. I had a name. Chaos Crew. A local prank channel known for elaborate, borderline vicious stunts. They blurred faces, used voice changers, walked the line of legality but rarely crossed it. Perfect. Time to hire some professional chaos. Finding the Chaos Crew was easier than expected. Their YouTube channel was a neon train wreck of public humiliation stunts. Fake proposals gone wrong, fake celebrity meltdowns, fake arrests, millions of views. Borderline cruel, technically legal, perfect for my needs. Their contact email was buried in the channel description. My message was simple: professional inquiry, substantial budget. Target requires social destruction via viral content. Discretion guaranteed. They replied within an hour. A warehouse district address. Tonight, 9 p.m. The place smelled of spray paint and stale pizza. Graffiti covered the walls. Camera gear everywhere. 3 guys. Jax, the leader, skinny with restless energy. Ben, built like a linebacker, handled cameras. Dex, pale and quiet, the editing wizard. Jax eyed the Strat case I carried. Yo, Leo, that the prop? I opened the case. This is no prop, this is the reason we're talking. 1962 Fender Stratocaster. Stolen from me by the target. Mark Davies. I slid the folder of proof across a cluttered table. Police report. Bill of sale with Mark's signature. Security stills of him walking in and out of the emporium with my guitar and an envelope of cash. Vance's contact info for verification. They poured over it. Ben whistled. Dude sold his friend's grandpa's guitar for $8 grand? Cold. Jax grinned, a predator seeing prey. Okay. We're in. What's the play? Ruin him. Socially. Completely. I laid out the vision. We need someone who can pass for Mark, not a twin. Similar height. Build. Hair color we can fix. The key is a specific feature. He has a small dark mole right here. I pointed below my left eye. We replicate that. Crucial. Then we put him in Mark's signature clothes. That stupid expensive tracksuit he loves. The fake gold chain. Make him carry this. I patted the Strat case. The plan. A series of public meltdowns. The actor, as Mark, acts like an entitled, thieving lunatic. Brags about stealing the guitar. Treats it like trash. In places Mark frequents. His gym. His favorite coffee spot. Outside his apartment. We film it. We leak it locally. Make it go viral in his circles. Total reputation annihilation. Jax's eyes lit up. Beautiful. Classic Chaos Crew. But juicier. Real stakes. We got just the guy. Liam. Student. Theater kid. Needs cash. Looks Markish. Jax pulled up a photo on his phone. Liam had the right frame. Same sandy hair. Clean-shaven face. No mole. But close. Perfect. Dex spoke up. Voice soft but sharp. The mole. Easy. Silicone appliance. Makeup. We'll make it identical. The voice? Jax asked. Mark has this nasal whine. We can get Liam close. Voice modulator in post if needed for specific lines. But raw is better. Authentic. I nodded. Agreed. The final act. A confession video. Liam, as Mark, sits somewhere iconic. Tells the whole story. How he stole it, sold it, why. Reads the bill of sale details. Shows the security still. Full, tearful breakdown. We release it everywhere. The kill shot. Jax rubbed his hands together. I love it. Timeline? Fast. I want the first strike in 48 hours. Budget? Name it. We haggled. $5 grand total. Half now. Half when Mark flees the city. Done. I handed over cash. Jax pocketed it. Consider it handled. Liam will be here tomorrow. Dex will handle the mole magic. Ben scouts locations. We hit the gym first. Mark's fancy-ass fitness club. He's there every Tuesday like clockwork. 10 a.m. I confirmed. Yes. Perfect. I left them the strat. Handle it like the priceless artifact it is. But for the videos, make it look like he treats it like garbage. Got it. Jax gave a mock salute. Go loud and stupid. Classic. 2 days later, I watched from a parked car across the street from the Iron Palace gym. 10:15 a.m. Right on schedule. Liam emerged from a beat-up van. The transformation was unsettling. Mark's favorite electric blue tracksuit. The cheap gold chain glinting. The sandy hair gelled exactly like Mark's. And below his left eye, a perfect, dark mole. He carried the strat case with exaggerated carelessness. Ben followed discreetly, camera hidden in a gym bag. Dex monitored a feed inside the van. Liam swaggered into the gym lobby. I saw Mark through the glass front, chatting near the smoothie bar. Oblivious. Liam placed the strat case on the pristine reception desk with a thud. Yo, watch this for a sec? Gotta hit the can. Before the startled receptionist could answer, Liam fumbled with the latches. He opened the case, revealing the sunburst finish. Then, deliberately, he knocked it sideways with his elbow. The guitar clattered onto the desk, sliding towards the edge. The receptionist gasped. Liam laughed, a perfect imitation of Mark's grating chuckle. Chill, babe. Just my old strat. Stole it fair and square from my ex-bestie. Worth a fortune, but who cares? He picked it up by the neck, dangling it carelessly. See this chip? Added character when I dumped it for cash. Seed money, baby. He winked, then shoved the guitar back into the case, not bothering to close it properly. Be right back. Don't let anyone steal my stolen goods. He sauntered off towards the restrooms, leaving the receptionist staring, open-mouthed, at the guitar on her desk. Across the lobby, Mark had frozen. His smoothie halfway to his lips, his face was a mask of utter confusion and dawning horror. He stared at Liam's back, stared at the guitar, stared at the receptionist. His mouth moved, but no sound came out. Recognition flashed, then disbelief. That's my... Ben's hidden camera panned subtly from the guitar to Mark's stunned face. Perfect. Dex's voice crackled in my earpiece. Got it. Gold. Uploading to the burner accounts now. Gym hashtag. Local neighborhood group. Mark's face was turning purple. He dropped the smoothie. It splattered on the floor. He didn't notice. He was still staring at the restroom door Liam had disappeared through. The seed was planted. The first domino fell. Some people thought I was insane letting the Chaos crew use a $40,000 vintage guitar as a prop. Let them think it. That was the whole damn point. Seeing this specific guitar, the one he stole, the one he thought was long gone and sold off, being flaunted and mistreated by his own doppelgang. That was the nuclear core of the plan. Proof, right there in HD. Undeniable. Yes, it made my soul ache to see Liam bang it carelessly against a doorframe during setup, but Dex and Ben handled it like pros. Gloves, padding, meticulous checks before and after each shot. The mistreatment was pure theater. A scratch on the case? Pre-existing. A bump? Carefully staged. The guitar itself was safer with them than it had been at Mark's party. Its presence screamed truth louder than any document. And Mark was about to hear that scream. The gym video exploded. Uploaded to local Facebook groups like Kensington Gossip and Iron Palace members rant and rave, with captions like, "Recognize this thief? Spotted at Iron Palace today." And, entitled much, "Dude trashes stolen vintage guitar." The algorithm did its magic. By noon, Mark's phone must have been melting. Friends texted him screenshots, asking, "WTF, Mark? Is this real?" His Instagram DMs were flooded. The gym called, requesting a discussion about the incident. Ben filmed Mark storming out of the gym, pale and sweaty, ignoring shouts from the receptionist. Next stop, the Daily Grind, Mark's precious artisanal coffee sanctuary. Liam arrived at peak hour. Same blue tracksuit, same mole, same strat case. He cut the line, slammed the case onto the counter next to the espresso machine. "Large oat milk latte. Extra hot," he bellowed, ignoring the barista's glare. As he waited, he popped open the case, pulled out the strat by the neck. Dex's camera zoomed tight on the sunburst finish and the telltale chip. He pretended to tune it, twisting pegs randomly, creating awful discordant twangs. People winced. Mark would die inside seeing his sanctuary violated. Then Liam started humming, then outright singing off-key, one of Mark's favorite cheesy pop anthems. Loudly. The mole below his eye caught the light. A woman near the counter gasped, pointing subtly at her phone, then at Liam. Recognition. Liam noticed, grinned Mark's cocky grin. Yeah, babe. Sound of my stolen goods. Sweet, right? Sold the sucker for $8,000 to fund my sick new dropshipping empire. He strummed a hideously loud wrong chord directly towards the espresso machine. The barista flinched, spraying milk everywhere. Whoops, sorry, not. Seed money well spent. He cackled, shoved the guitar back into the case, grabbed his latte without paying, and swaggered out, leaving chaos and spilled coffee behind. This video hit even harder. Mark Davies caught red-handed stealing coffee and bragging about theft. Title perfect for the neighborhood watch groups. Faces blurred, voices slightly distorted, but the guitar, the mole, the mannerisms, unmistakable for anyone who knew him. The comments rolled in. OMG, that's totally Mark Davies from Unit 4B. Always knew he was sketchy. That poor guitar. Reported to building management. I watched the live feed from Mark's apartment building lobby cam Dex had hacked. Mark stumbled in, looking like he hadn't slept. His phone rang. He stared at it like a grenade, then silenced it. The elevator ride up seemed to take forever. His shoulders slumped. The final blow was coming. The confession. We filmed it at dawn by the river, the city skyline a bruised purple backdrop. Liam, in the tracksuit, sat on the strat case. Dex applied the mole one last time. Ben set up a low-angle shot, dramatic. Liam took a deep breath, channeling Mark's nervous energy. Action. Hey, it's me, Mark Davies. His voice trembled perfectly. Look, I messed up. Big time. 8 months ago, at my birthday party, I stole my best friend Leo's guitar, his grandfather's 1962 Fender Stratocaster. I was jealous. Stupid. I sold it. To a collector, Arthur Vance, for $8,000 cash. He held up a printout of the bill of sale, his forged signature clear. October 12th. Security cameras caught me. He showed the stills Vance provided. I lied to Leo. Said it was stolen. Called the cops. Played the victim. He paused, wiped fake tears. The guilt. It's eating me alive. Seeing that guitar everywhere now. Leo, man, I'm so sorry. You deserved better. I'm a thief. A liar. I don't deserve your forgiveness. I'm leaving. Today. Don't know where. Just gone. Try to forget I existed. Cut. Perfection. Raw, messy, devastating. Chaos Crew worked fast. By 9 a.m. the video was everywhere. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, local news comment sections. Tagged with Mark's full name, building address, Vance's business name, sanitized but identifiable. The nuke had detonated. I sat in my living room, the real Strat back on its stand, flawless. My phone buzzed non-stop. News alerts. Local man's viral confession to guitar theft. Friends calling, shocked. I ignored it. Dex's voice came through the earpiece. Movement. Mark's apartment. He was leaving. I pulled up the lobby cam feed. Mark emerged. No suitcase, just a stuffed backpack. He wore a hoodie pulled low, sunglasses. He scurried through the lobby like a rat, avoiding eye contact with everyone. At the curb, he frantically waved down a taxi. Jumped in. The cab pulled away, merging into city traffic. Gone. Just like that. I picked up the Strat. Played a clean, ringing G major chord. The sound filled the room, pure and resonant. Justice. Then my phone rang. Jax. Payment cleared. Solid work, Leo. That was art. I hung up. No future needed. This chapter was closed. The guitar was home. Mark was erased. The silence after the storm was the sweetest music.